I'm going to explain how I built this bunk bed for under $100. Tools that I used, I had my skill saw, my drill, I used wood glue, a pocket hole jig, some screws, and a sander. You can use sandpaper if you don't have a sander. So after I have everything cut to size, I went through and I did pocket holes in every side. The 4 6-foot 2x4s are for the posts. You do not need to put pocket holes in those. For the 2x12s, I used 3 pocket holes per side on each board. For the 2x6s, I used 2 pocket holes per side. Repeat over and over. Over and over. After you get done with all the pocket holes, I did a light sanding over everything. This bunk bed design, I have a little notch cut out on the bottom bunk for them to get in and out easier. My saw was only able to cut 3 inches down. Took my speed square and did a straight cut 3 inches down, about a 5-foot space. And then I took a board, lined up those 2 marks, and cut it straight across and knocked it out. After I knocked it out, I took my chisel and kind of made those corners look a little nicer. And then I sanded everything down to make it smooth. You should have one 1x4 by 8 left over. I took that and I ripped them into 3/4 inch strips, and I used that to put on the bottom of the 2x12 to hold the runners that hold the mattress up. After I ripped those down, I glued and screwed those to the bottom of the 2x12. Alright, now it's time to assemble everything. I took 2 of the 6-foot 2x4s, 1 of the 3-foot 2 2x6, and 2 of the 3-foot 2 2x12, and that makes one side. I screwed the 2x6 at the very top, and one of the 2x12, I made sure there's like a 3.5 inch gap between the 2x6 and the 2x12. I took the second 2x12, measured down 4 foot and 3/4 of an inch to the top of that 2x12, and that completes one side, and then you repeat for the other side. Now you take the longer 2x6s and you line them up with the top rail of the 2x6s on the front and the back, and you do the same thing with the 2x12s and line them up so they match. You should have 3 2x4s cut to 3 feet 2 inches and those are used for the ladder. I don't have video clips of me putting them in. Put them in on either side and with the spacing that is most comfortable for you and your kids. Once you get all the pieces screwed together, you bring out the 1x4s and you lay them down and space them out as evenly as possible. After I laid them down, I also screwed them into place so that they wouldn't move. And then you put your mattress on. You can paint it, stain it, whatever you want. We just left it as is for this. This bed was strong enough to hold me, my wife, and my 2 kids on the top bunk. And the bed doesn't budge at all.